What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and I appreciate you checking out this video. I appreciate anybody that take time out their day to check out my video. So this is my thoughts and impressions on the Marvel's Avengers beta. It's my first beta, my first time being part of a beta. It was really cool that they allowed people to be in the beta who pre-ordered the game. So shouts out to Crystal Dynamics and the whole team for making that a part of pre-ordering the game. So with that being said, it's not really a review because you can't review a beta. It's not a full game, but this is my thoughts and impressions on the beta, which is basically a demo. This is something that if you are an Avengers fan, a Marvel fan, this is something you've been waiting on for a long time. So when I finally got my hands on it, it was like being a kid in a candy store. A lot of people have said that, but it really is like being a kid in a candy store. This is the stuff that you dream about when you were a little kid, playing these type of games with your friends, your family, and acting out your superhero fantasies. So with that being said, my impression may be a little biased because I'm a Marvel fan, superhero fan, so this is right up my alley and what I've been looking for. So I want to break this video down into two parts. We're going to talk about what we know about the game and what we don't know about the game, because the game still is yet to be released, so it's a lot of things that we still don't truly know about the game until we get it in our hands. So I'm going to start with what we know, and that's the gameplay and the combat. That's one thing that we do know about. There's been a lot of people reviewing this game saying that the combat is boring, it's a button masher, all they had to do was mash one button. That may be true for Hulk in some parts of the game, but that's fun doing that with Hulk. But as far as the combat, it's truly a deep system. It's much deeper than the Spider-Man combat, and clearly Spider-Man is one of my favorite characters. My favorite game on PS4 was Spider-Man PS4, and the combat in this game trumps it. Now, I say that because I'm not an online multiplayer type person. I prefer single player narrative games, and when I first played this game, I thought the combat from Spider-Man was better because of the smoothness of the flow that you play with in that game. But there's only so much you can do with Spider-Man's move list, with the gadgets and whatnot. You can extend certain things, but with this game, with what they showed us in the beta, I feel like combat, especially when you get into the multiplayer aspect and doing team moves, I feel like it's really unlimited. It's up to the player. How much creativity do you have, and how many different moves and move types can you link together? So that's one thing that absolutely we know, and absolutely that I love about this game. The graphics. One thing we want to talk about is the graphics. And a lot of people were saying that this game had bad graphics when they first debuted it, when they first showed A-Day, because of the character models. And having bad character models and having bad graphics is two different things. And I think people kind of blended that into, oh, the graphics are bad because they didn't like the way that the characters looked. They didn't like the way that people looked. They don't look like Scarlett Johansson and Robert Downey Jr., which is crazy to think about, because to pay them just to have their faces in the game without them acting, without them talking, just to have their faces in the game, you be paying for the DLC that's free with this game. So just think about that. And back to the graphics. The graphics is in this game 4K textures. Everything looks clear, real smooth. Like, it's a beta, so there was some choppy stuff, some frame rate drops, lots of lag, especially the first weekend, lots of crashes. But as far as the way the game looks, it's not the best looking game because of the multiplayer aspect. It doesn't look, I would say, better than Spider-Man PS4, but I would say it's comparable to Spider-Man PS4. The graphics are really good, as you can see in the background or in the foreground. The fire, the elements of the destructible environments, all that stuff, the sparkings, the I don't know if this game has HDR. I'm pretty sure it does, but everything is just kind of crisp and really, really pretty looking. You know, like you would expect from a Marvel game. It looks like a comic book. It looks like an MCU movie, and that's what you expect from a Marvel game. So the graphics, I would say definitely 8 out of 10. Another thing that we know about this game is that it is an online game, and it will come with multiple updates. You know, they're going to constantly be adding characters, levels, missions, all kinds of stuff to this game because it is an online game, and they will update this game religiously. If anything, they kind of showed us that with the beta, because the beta got updates, I would say like maybe twice a week. Twice a week during the last 3 weeks. So they definitely improved on the game with that. I would say the biggest improvement and the biggest complaint that I heard was about the difficulty and the game being a little easy. Every week the game got harder, so that was a good thing, you know. And there were certain people complaining about the slowness of Hulk and how his moves could be interrupted by smaller characters. And they rectified that in the 3rd week. I don't know if they did in the 2nd week because I didn't really play with Hulk the 2nd weekend. But my 3rd weekend, I ended up going back to him because I played with him so much the 1st weekend. It was just so much fun to be with Hulk and smashing things. Speaking of Hulk, he's jumping out of the plane right now. But it was just so much fun tearing shit up, man. Like that's what you wanted. Like that's what you want from this game. You want to feel like the Hulk. You want to feel like Thor. And they definitely, even though it was only like 2 minutes, they let you feel like Thor. They let you feel like Thor for 2 minutes. So you know this is crazy glitch, and this is in the 3rd week. So we know that they're going to update the game. We know that it's going to have glitches in the beta. Hopefully they get rid of this stuff by the time launch, which is in, I think, like 9 days or something. But the updates are a good thing. I can't wait for Spider-Man. Sony Pony, baby. Can't wait for Spider-Man. Hawkeye looked dope. Black Panther is ultimately coming. I hope I get everybody that's on this shirt for real, because this is what this game is about. I hope this game lasts at least 3 to 4 years before we get a sequel. And that would be a lot of free content. That would be a lot of free content. I know I'm reaching, but hopefully they update the game that long. Like I said, the community and the devs have been definitely engaging in the last 3 weeks. So hopefully that's just a standard for this game. They listen to us, and they continue to make upgrades and update the game and fix stuff that's broken, stuff that they can't see. They need us to see. So that's one thing. Now I want to talk about the things that we don't know, and also some more complaints that I heard. I heard some things like because of the style of the game that it is, people are complaining that it's not open world like Spider-Man. I can't take Iron Man and just fly wherever the hell I want to. I can't just be Hulk and just destroy any building that I want to. I think that those elements will be in the story. I think that they were definitely left out of the beta on purpose. There are glimpses of it in A-Day, as you can see with Hulk. This is something that you wouldn't be able to do in a multiplayer version, or how the game was in this beta. You wouldn't be able to do this type of set piece. So I think that all those things will be in the story mode. So for those people that were complaining about not feeling like certain characters or being limited by the style of game that this is, just wait for the story mode before you kind of put that out there. Things we don't know. Another thing we don't know is we don't know what characters is going to be in this game. Only thing we know is Hawkeye's coming and Spider-Man is coming if you got PlayStation. So that's dope. We know we got 2 characters that are coming completely free just for buying the game. So that's something that is the best part of this game to me, because I never got into Destiny or any of those online ongoing games where you pay to not paid, but you pay for the DLC, the season packs, and all that stuff. All that stuff was an instant turnoff when it came to Destiny and most of those games. And most of those games are first-person shooters. I prefer third-person action games. This is right up my alley, and everything is free, so that's freaking fire. So those are my thoughts and impressions on the game. I didn't want to make a super long video because, like I said, it's a beta. Maybe I'll do a full review later when the actual game come out. I will be streaming this when it does come out, September 1st and September 2nd. I definitely be streaming those first 2 days of the game. So we'll see how things are different from the actual game to the beta. A few things that I want to touch on about this game before I get off of here. The first thing I want to touch on, it's not thoughts or impressions, just my opinion, and this is about the anti-consumer backlash against this game. While I do understand if I was on the other side of the spectrum, I not necessarily would say it's anti-consumer, but I would feel some type of way and disappointed to a certain degree. With that being said, it's not anti-consumer if you're a consumer of PlayStation. So it's kind of like a bonus for being a PlayStation owner. You get Spider-Man, and that's a good thing, because without Sony making that deal, Spider-Man probably wouldn't be in this game. So just think about that for a second. Another thing I want to talk about is the people who are upset about this game being anti-consumer. Review bombing the game, that's bound to happen. People are petty, especially in the day and age that we live in. So if something doesn't go their way, they're gonna be online, keyboard warriors, talking about how this is bad for everybody because they don't like it. And that's just, something to be expected when it comes to this game. I don't believe that what they're doing is anti-consumer, but a lot of people do, so that's something that's going to be expected. The last thing I want to talk about is this freaking gum. I don't know if y'all can see that. This freaking Avengers gum, man. This stuff is sold out everywhere. And this was freaking genius. Like I said, all the DLC and stuff is free. So they did special promotions with companies like whoever the fuck make this gum, and Verizon and Sony. They did those marketing deals not only to market their game and get more people's eyes on it. They did that so that we, the customers and the fans, would get this free DLC for the next however many years. So all those things are good things. Those are my thoughts. Those are my impressions. Appreciate y'all listening to me talk about a video game for 13 minutes. And I'm gonna try to make more videos in the future, more regularly. But we'll see, man. Thor looks sweet. I can't wait to be freaking Thor, man. They let you be Thor for 2 minutes in the beta. 2 minutes. Alright. Catch y'all on the next one. Spiderdrew out.